I'm author Lin Lustig, and I want chibi art in my books, so I am drawing it. This actually is a little piece of promo art that I recorded in its entirety instead of just using time lapse, mostly because I wanted to time how much I was spending on these art pieces. The answer is too much, but it's also a piece of passion, so I'm going to let it slide. But if we were talking of pure productivity, it's not the most efficient way for me to do much of anything, to be honest. But you don't take on putting chibi art in your books if you want to save time. And that's just the reality of it, because if you think about how long it takes just to write a book in the first place, and then how long it takes to do, art pieces, it adds up. It adds up. And even though the pieces I put in the book are not as complex as what I end up doing here on this particular chibi, which by the way is a chibi me. So I'm holding out my own QR code for my website, which I thought would be kind of cute to put on perhaps a business card or some kind of little merch edition. So we'll see. Maybe I should have printed that. I should have made some stickers or something. I don't know. I'm still experimenting with how to handle any kind of products. And, right now it's not like I have a massive storefront or anything to try and manage. But at the same time, trying to do these things from Luxembourg when I'm used to functioning in the States, it's a little complicated for me. But it'll work out. So, don't worry. Don't worry. Anyway, as I was saying, chibi art in a book takes a while. Typically, I'm only doing line art, and the line art does not, of course, take nearly as long. And oftentimes it's just kind of this headshot, so it's more like a emoji. And that helps a lot to cut down on just how much time it takes to make these. And I remember in the first book, oof, goodness, I'm trying to think of how many chibis I actually made overall, because it was far more than what ended up in the book. I would say I probably did 120 chibis, and then 90 ended up in the book. And most of that 120 were also in part redone chibis. I have a file of my very first one that I drew and then drew again and then drew again and drew again and drew again, because I kept improving my skills. Because of course, the more you do something, the better usually that you get. I do say usually because, no one's perfect. But I did find that it was interesting to see that evolution, because not only did I get better at drawing them, but I also bought a better tablet midway through. And so you can see the lines got a lot sharper. They got the pressure of the lines got a lot more detailed. And yeah, that was just a higher quality tablet working in my favor, happily. Haha, you can see me doing my tattoo. I have a lovely tattoo on my thigh. It's brilliant. Let's see here. So when I'm doing a chibi portrait like this, I actually find it particularly difficult to do myself, because I can't pick out my own unique features, if that makes sense. Because I look at myself in the mirror constantly, I'm there every morning. It's annoying. But in this case, I have a tendency to wear my hair in these double braids when I just need to get my hair out of my way, because I'm not honestly used to having such long hair. For years and years I had very, very short hair, and through COVID and beyond I've been growing it, so now it's really long. But I find that when I have a particular signature look, it becomes much easier to do a styled caricature in this manner. So usually with my friends, it is a lot of the hairstyle. It's a lot of especially trying to capture a nose shape if it's a kind of chibi where I've added a nose. Obviously on mine, I don't have a nose added, because that's, I'm doing a giant wink. I don't know what you want from me. But, so yeah, it's also a lot of style in the clothing, and just really picking apart what makes a person if they have any kind of accoutrement. So my friend that has a cool handbag and she's carrying her book and things like that, it adds up and really makes the characters feel fuller. Now, as you can see, every time that little red flash comes up on the screen where it's highlighting certain aspects or certain portions of the drawing, that is me doing a quick mask so that I can see what selection I actually have made, which is insanely helpful because I often get a little lost in the selection because I also turn off the, what did the art guy call it? Marching ants. That is when you first make a selection and you can see the edges, because it does get very, like distracting, I suppose. And it is difficult to track where you are actually highlighting. So yes, I use that to make sure I'm selecting either just the shadows or just the highlights, just the line art, whatever the case may be, and it makes it a lot easier. But hopefully this has been somewhat interesting to watch and listen and just hang out, do some drawing of your own. I hope that you're working on something cool. I actually forgot that I had the other little chibi me down in the corner for comparison. But so you can see in the bottom left corner, that is the first chibi me that I did. And so this is a second iteration with a little more marketing flair, I suppose. But yeah, it just goes to my website, which is linlustig.com. I know it's so complicated, but hey, it works. So I hope you guys had fun, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back soon. All right, see ya.